Hello students, welcome to Nilagiri Degree and PG College YouTube channel. In previous class, we have discussed what is array and some basic terminologies, just as base address, what is index we have discussed. And we have also studied that there are two types of arrays, one-dimensional array and two-dimensional arrays. So now today discuss about one-dimensional arrays. One-dimensional arrays. The names suggest there is only one dimension. Only one dimension. I thought you are already familiar with the concept of matrix. Matrices. In the matrices, what is this one? It is also a matrix. It is a row matrix. It is a row matrix. In Telugu you can say that addu varsa matrix. Addu varsa matrix. It is a row matrix. It is also another matrix. It is a column matrix. There is a column matrix. There is only one column. So to represent this type of matrices, that is only row, not column. Only one row matrix. So we will use the one-dimensional. Not only matrices, we already know about the concept of sets. What is set? So there is a set. In this set, and there are set of elements are there. So generally you can say that Moola column. So there are elements. There is only one row of sets. Only one row. So to store only one row of values, we use a one-dimensional arrays. Sometimes you can say, sir, there is a square matrix also. Say this, sir. How to store it? To store. So there are two things are there. Row, first row, second row. First column, second column. Row, column. So what is this one? Two-dimensional. That is a two-dimensional. So to store this type of values, to store a table of values, we use a two-dimensional. To store a set of values, to store a one row of values, we use the one-dimensional matrix. One-dimensional arrays. Next, what is one-dimensional array? One-dimensional array is an array that can store a set of values, in a single variable. Or you can say that a row of values. In some textbooks, we have a row of values in a single variable. Now, how to declare an array? Declaration of 1D array. Declaration of 1D array. How to declare one-dimensional array? So a one-dimensional array can be declared like this. We have syntax. What is syntax? Grammar rule. We have to follow like this only. Whenever just like in Telugu, Hindi, English languages, there is a grammar is there. You have to follow the grammar only. Similarly, in computer language, there is a grammar is there. That grammar is called as a syntax. So what is the syntax to declare a one-dimensional array? First of all, we have to mention what is the data type. What is the data type? And space. We have to give variable name. Next, within the square bracket, we have to mention size. Then semicolon. So you do know there is a difference between this brackets. This bracket. These are called as a parentheses. We use to when you declare functions. These are the brackets. It is declared arrays. These are the arrays. This is a functions constant. If you mention here parentheses, the meaning will change. So this, and you have to put the semicolon at the end. This is a compulsory. So this is the syntax. So this is just like a normal variable. This is an extra. So this is the variable. If you want to declare only single variable, this is enough. If you want to declare array variable, you have to write this. Okay. Now, what is data type? What is data type? We already discussed in C language, in C++. There is a collection of primitive data structures, primitive data types, Secondary data types are there. So whatever the data type you want to use. For example, if you use the if you write the C language array in the variable, that is C language data types. If you discuss arrays in C++, better it. But our concept is data structure using C++. So I am writing a C++ data type, say integer. What is the variable name? Say for example, A. Square. So for example, I want to type 5 values. That's 5. So this is the variable declaration. So automatically the compiler creates 5 blocks. So this block is a 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So there is also one memory location. For example, here 2010, automatically 2012, 2014, 2016, 2018. This is totally internal. This is totally in the RAM system. The computer, the processor will divide this. The computer will compile the logic this. So this is the declaration of the one-dimensional array. Next one. So how to assign the values to the one-dimensional array? If you declare a normal variable, say for example integer a, directly you can assign a is equal to 10, or you can assign the value at the time of declaration. That is called as initialization. This is the declaration of what? When there is a single value, we can assign like this. But array is a one-dimensional. It can store multiple values. How to assign multiple values to the variable? So that is called as a initialization of array. Initialization of one D array. So a one-dimensional array can be initialized like this. Integer, that is you have to take the data type, space, variable name, we have to give size 5 is equal to, we have to give the set bracket, we have to give the curly bracket in computer technology and set bracket. So whatever the size are given 5, we have to mandatory to give any 5 values. Any 5 values and put semicolon at the end. So this is the initialization of one-dimensional array. So generally normal variables we initialize like this. When there is a storing in a single variable, we have to store like this. When it is a one-dimensional array, we have to mention the size. The difference is we have to mention the size and we have to put the values within the curly brackets. That is a set brackets, we have to put the values. So this is a way of initialization of the one-dimensional array. So the initialization is declaration of the array and initialization of assigning the values. That is called as the initialization. So automatically like this, computer memory compiler will allocate the memory location like this. The first value 10 will be at the 0th location, 8 will be at the first location, 14 will be at the second location, 4 will be at the third, 6 will be at the fourth location. So that is the initialization of one array. Okay. Next we have, sir, this is a declaration, this is the initialization. If you declare once, how to assign the values? So this is the declaration and assignment will be done only one time. But I declare the variable once in one position. I want to assign the values in another later position. Another time, assigning values. Assigning means already declared variable. So A is already declared. Now I want to assign the values to the A. Here, I am declaring the value variable and assigning the values. But you are only assigning the values to the array variable which is already declared. A is already declared. Now you can assign the values by using index value. So for example, I want to assign the value 10 at the second position of the array. Second position of the array. What is the second position of the array? the second position of the array is 1 index. Second position of the array is, this is array. The array second position is this one. What is the index? 1. So we can assign like this. A of 1 is equal to 10. So this is the assignment operator. The value 10 is assigned to the array variable A of 1. A of 1. So this is the way of assigning the value. So we can assign all the values from 0 to 4. Whenever we give A of 5 is equal to, I say just like this. A of 5 is equal to 10. Automatically an exception was generated. An exception is generated. Why? The size is 5. Automatically the index range is only up to 4. How can we assign the value at 5? A of 5 means here the index 5. The A of 5 means the index 5. When the array size is 5, the index won't be up to 4. How can we assign? So this is called the runtime exception will be generated. We have discussed in already second set C++. So this is array index out of bound. Array index out of bound exception will be generated. So this is a way of assigning the value. At that time, we may have one doubt. Sir, whenever I assign the value 10 is equal to A of 1, how can the compiler can directly assign the value at A of 1? How can assign? The compiler knows only this value only. The compiler knows only this value. I already told, the compiler knows only base address. The compiler knows only base address. But base address means address of A of 0. The compiler knows only address of A of 0. Now, but I directly assigning the value to the A of 1, how it can find out. So, to know that one, we have discussed a concept called as a memory representation of an array. Memory representation of an array. We have discussed this one of 1D array. So in one dimensional array, how memory is represented, we will discuss now. Okay. Now, memory representation of one dimensional array. So we already know that when you declare an array variable, the memory is assigned continuously memory allocation. Continuous memory allocation. The continuous memory allocation means, for example, if the base address is equal to n, if the base address is n, automatically address of A of I is equal to n plus I into size. This is a continuous memory location. If base address is n, the base address is n, A of I is equal to n plus I into size. Just first to come to here. What is the base address here? So this is the array of size 5, index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. If assume that the base address is 1010. Base address is 1010. Now, what is the address of A of 2? What is the address of A of 2? A of 2 is 1014. Can you write like this? 1014, 1010 plus 4. Yes. What is 1010? Base address. What is 4? We can write 2 into 2. Yes. What is 2? I. What is 2? I. What is this 2? Size of the array. We are saying that A is an integer variable. A is an integer variable. What is the size of the integer? 2. So this is the formula. Now come to here. Whenever A of 1 is equal to 10, so the compiler already knows that the base address is 2010. Base address is 2010 plus I value 1 into a is an integer variable 2. So automatically 2010 plus 2 is equal to 2012. The value 10 will be stored. So this is the formula for base address. This is the formula for A of I in one dimension. One dimensional array A of I is equal to n, and means base address plus I into size of the data. Data means A data. Array variable, whatever the size, that is the size of the data. Simple example I will give. Question type 1. The base address is 1056. Base address is 1056 and integer A of 6 is equal to 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 20. Now asking question, what is the address of A of 4? A of 4. What is the address of A of 4? Now let me formula what is the base address. What is the base address? 1056 plus I. I means 4. 4 into A with size means 8 size 2. 4 into 2, 8. 1056 plus 8. 1064 is the answer. Now check in your notebook by writing like this. So base address, if it is 1056, what is this one? What is this one? What is this one? Write down and verify that the answer is correct. If any doubt, post in the WhatsApp. So this is about the one dimension array. The next video will discuss about the two dimension arrays. Sorry, we'll discuss about the two dimension array after reopening of the college. So it is not required for the further classes. So I am directly going for the third chapter topic, that is a stack topic. Okay? So if you have tried one, if you have any doubt, post in the WhatsApp. Okay.